Elemental implement manipulation, level 1, with our Wacky Noodle, with our focus being on our feet. So because y'all have already reviewed Intuitive Movement 101, I don't need to illustrate the importance of our feet. That's something that we know to pay attention to, and to pay attention to our breath. So we can focus on the implement here. Being grounded is important. Remembering to feel attached to the earth is important. That's something that we do with conscious practice. It's not something that naturally happens. Some people have it more instinctively than others, some people less. But the more that you cultivate it, the more likely you are to experience it. So that's part of what this focus on our feet is that foundation. We're pressing in, we're adding in force. As we're adding in force, we're putting on stress, we're putting stress on our bones, which is helping to develop strong bones and maintain strong bones as we age. We're putting a safe amount of stress on our knees, on our cartilage, which is helping to support strong cartilage. And at the same time, we're doing it in a way that is most effective and efficient. So we're training our muscles to support our joints correctly, to move through space so that we are less likely to experience dysfunction as we age. That is the point of elementally intuitive movement. Now with the Wacky Noodle, we've got our level O, and we've got it out, and we're experiencing that. Now level 1 is our self-massage. So rather than our hands being on us, we've got our noodle to be on us. And we can use this to squeeze ourselves, provide massage like that. We can press against it, which gives us like resistance training. That's also a way to release tension. It's like an active release technique. As we are providing motion and pressure, we are now getting that muscle to open up basically. So if there's stiffness, tightness, having the movement along with sustained pressure. So pull up on your noodle and move across, move it towards you, move it away from you. See what feels. I would say more move it towards you because that seems to be more effective. You can lean back into it, pull it back, lean back into it. So as you're doing your mobilization, you can provide your body with some self-massage. And now what are we doing? We're multitasking. We're getting our mobilization, we're getting our cardiovascular exercise, depending on the pace that we do it, and we are massaging our bodies. We can go across this way and squeeze. Now what am I doing? I'm working my arms as I'm massaging my legs with my Wacky Noodle. How wacky is that? And I'm still getting a sense of where my body is in space, and I'm stretching because I'm having to bend down, and I'm checking in with my feet. Make sure that my feet are in a position that best supports my knees, because then that's going to affect going up into the hips and how force affects my hips. And that's what we'll be moving on to with our next cycle, is our hips and our core and the importance of hinging from the hip. But right now we're going to be focusing on that knee, those knees, and how our feet are lining up there. And breathing through our nostrils. I like this one because you hug yourself. In the process of hugging yourself, you massage your back, add some motion to it, add some twisting, add some lower body movement. We're engaging our proprioception. We're engaging balance. We're destabilizing ourselves with these movements. So now our body has to compensate for that destabilization, which is teaching it to compensate and adapt and adjust, which is what our bodies need to do for real life stuff. That's why it's functional movement. Functional movement is functional training so that you can do the daily activities of life, because we all have to do those. And that's important. And doing it in a way that supports the function, the biomechanical function of our vessels is great. So check this out. So this is still me now combining level O and level 1, because I've twisted, and I twist them around myself. We're doing both, and we're getting an upper body workout as we pull against it. We can press, twist. There's so much that we can do with our Wacky Noodle. We can press against our heads and then use it to pull ourselves down. And then as we come up, pull down on it, resist, feel that resistance. Breathe. But be gentle with it. And that's going to help increase the mobility in your neck. Give it a try. Pay attention to how it feels. If it hurts, don't do it like that. Be more gentle with yourself. Our goal is not to push our bodies through pain. Our goal is to learn to recognize pain and stop before we get there. Recognize where our bodies are telling us that we're about to reach there and make a change before it gets to the point that it says, ow. That's the ultimate goal here. One of them anyway, there's a few. All right, that's it for level 1 of Wacky Noodle in our second cycle with our focus on the feet. And Dancing Donut coming to you next. Why? Because my eustress training is doing these 3 videos back to back to back. So here we go. I'm sweaty, I'm loving it. I hope that you're enjoying this and that it's beneficial to you. It's definitely beneficial to me. So I know that the way that I'm practicing